In this corner, we have Meg the Stallion, and in this corner, we have Nicki Minaj. On your mark, get set, go. It has been extremely disappointing to watch the downfall of Nicki Minaj over the last couple of years, and watching her spiral out of control these last, 3-4 days this past weekend has not made it any better. And if you don't know, the rapper Meg the Stallion, she went on Instagram Live not too long ago, and she gave a warning, and she said, look, for anybody who's been calling for me, I'm coming to answer you, just give me a second. So then this past Friday came, and she came hard, because she's releasing a new song. Well, she did release a new song called Hiss. You know, her new theme this era is all about snakes, shedding skin, pythons, anacondas, Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube. So, of course, me being a big fan of her, I press play. I'm listening, and I'm like, okay. You know, she's obviously taking multiple shots at multiple people, but there was one verse specifically that was trending online, and it said, these hoes are not mad at Megan, these hoes are mad at Megan's Law. So I'm thinking, okay, what's Megan's Law? What does that mean? Let me do some research. According to the internet, it's information available to the public regarding registered sex offenders. The law was created in response to the murder of Megan Kanaka. As soon as I read that, I knew that Megan was taking a shot at Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, who we all know at this point, I don't know if I have to say allegedly, but we all know that he is on the registered sex offenders list. I'm thinking, oh, Megan, Nicki is not gonna like that, and Nicki did not like that whatsoever, because the second that she found out about the song, or those lyrics specifically, she ran over to her iPhone 11, she grabbed her charger, the 12-inch one, she charged up her phone, and she started going on these crazy Twitter rants for 3 days straight, maybe 4. Who knows if she's still doing it now as we speak. And it was just crazy to witness in real time, because I used to be a huge fan of her from the very beginning of her career. Like, I supported everything that she was on. I knew all her songs. It wasn't until like maybe a couple of years ago that I started side-eyeing her and the way she was moving with other up-and-coming female rappers. It's like she wanted to be the only queen of rap, whatever that means, in the space, and she didn't want any other female rapper to be in her circle or to be, you know, in rap in general. And it was just annoying seeing her fall out with everybody. You know, maybe one, okay, that was okay. But I mean, at this point, she has a whole list. And it's not even just female rappers at this point. It's just everybody. You know, she falls out with everybody. And it's just so annoying. I'm like, Nicki, what's going on? At one point, you know, we have to look at you. Like, maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the one that's just causing all these issues. And for what? And yeah, you were the only mainstream female rapper 15 years ago, and you were amazing and you dominated, but times changed, Nicki, and just because times changed does not erase your legacy or your history or any of your impact back then. Like, just because there's more up-and-coming female rappers, why do you feel so threatened? Like, it's not taking away your crown or your spotlight or anything. Like, just because we could shine a little bit of spotlight on the up-and-coming female rappers does not mean that your legacy just gets thrown in the garbage or we just discard you. Like, you know what, Nicki, who's that? No, like, none of that gets forgotten by anybody. Nobody could forget that. So I just don't understand why she is so insecure and why she feels the need to defend herself 24/7. Like, you don't have to defend yourself. Like, you've proven everything to the world, to your fans. So it's just like, I don't get why she continues going up against, you know, these upcoming female rappers who are half her age in their early 20s for what? But she never mentioned Nicki or her husband by name. So it's funny that Nicki's in her feelings over something that wasn't even directed towards her in the first place. But Megan is just playing the same game that she does with everybody else, right? And Megan also took a couple of shots at everybody else. I believe the other one that I know of is Drake. You know, Drake is another disappointment, you know, because in a different lifetime, me and him, you know, we could have had something special. You know, but I don't want to talk about that because I had to let him go for being a loser. You know, I believe she said that, you know, he's walking around with the same scars as a BBL. I'm like, now, wait a minute, Megan. You know, because I have heard rumors that, you know, he did get his body done. You know, men do get BBLs or get their bodies done or whatever. But, you know, he's always poking fun or he's always, you know, referring to something with women and their bodies and BBLs. Yet, look at you. So back to Nicki. I can't even pinpoint where exactly her online rant started because it was just so much. It was literally night and day, from Friday all the way to Sunday, all the way up to probably now. You know, she just kept going on and on with no intermission. There's no break in between. At this point, it was Coachella. It was a 3-day event nonstop. She should have been selling tickets. Like, that is crazy to be so bothered, you know, over what Megan said. And, you know, it's not like Megan just came at her unprovoked. You've been poking at her. I think that they've both been poking at each other. You know, it's just Nicki is just more obvious with it. So she continued on going off online again from day to night to the point where I got so many things done while she was going off in these past 3 days. I got my laundry done. I went grocery shopping. I went to the gym. I even went on a nice walk because it was nice outside. I ran a couple of errands. I came home and she was still going off. I'm like, oh no, Nicki, put the phone down. Like, I know she probably had like 3 chargers because they probably all burnt out. From being plugged in all day. Like, that is crazy. I wish I was that pressed and that bothered over somebody saying something about me. Like, you know, and again, I want to know, like, why did she take what Megan said so personal? Because we've seen her get into it with other female rappers, but we've never, or at least I've never witnessed Nicki get like this or get such out of character over somebody's words or somebody's lyrics. Like, and from what I'm seeing online is that people are speculating that this goes all the way back from a couple of years ago, 2020, I believe. When they dropped the song Hot Girl Summer, is still a good song. You know, when they were making the music video, they got on live and, you know, I believe that like Megan whispered something in her ear or she alluded that, oh, you know, since Nicki was trying to get pregnant or she was pregnant, one or the other at that time, that Megan was just like, oh, you know, if you want to have an abortion, you know, maybe you should drink some alcohol. At least that's what I'm getting allegedly from what I'm piecing together online. And then, you know, it took an ugly turn because it was already going in that direction. And she finally tagged Meg Thee Stallion. She finally tagged somebody in general because Nicki never addresses anybody specifically. And I'm talking about Cardi B. I think the last person that she did was probably like Remy Ma or maybe Lil' Kim, but she never addressed anybody or she never tags anybody. And she finally tagged Meg Thee Stallion. I forgot what she said about her. All I know is that she called her a cum rag. I'm like, now what's that about, Nicki? And then she kept calling her a hoe this, a whore, that she slept around with so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Which me, I'm not really sure why anybody, not just Nicki, why anybody is slut-shaming anybody in 2024. Okay, so if Megan, I don't care if Megan slept around with a million rappers. If it's all consensual, then what's the problem? It's not like it's your body. It's not like it's your vagina, Miss Minaj. So what's the problem? You know, like, I just don't understand why we're judging her. And then I saw somebody's tweet that says, you know, Nicki Minaj is sex shaming somebody else with a name of Nicki Minaj. Minaj threesome. Like, it doesn't make sense. But okay, so then she continued and then she went off and she said, oh, well, you need to apologize to your dead mother. And that right there, Nicki, again, that was just a huge, huge low. And I don't agree with either side using this type of information to each other. But I mean, it's rap beef, so I guess anything goes. But if Megan was to return that same energy to you, because we all know that Nicki's father passed away recently, well, not too long ago, you know, would it be okay? Because look what you're doing. And then on top of that, she used it in her song, but we'll get to that. And, you know, she just kept saying it over and over and over again because she went on live. And, you know, one thing about Nicki's lives, because I do watch the clips here and there just to see what she's talking about, you know, her lives are just very, very creepy because she talks like this. You know, it's something about, you know, the people, you know, these up and coming rappers, you know, they think that they could be the queen, you know, and then they want to use you for what you can offer. So now her new thing is calling Meg Bigfoot because she's tall and she has big feet. You're also contradicting yourself, Nicki, because she starts poking fun of Megan and the shooting that happened with her and Tory Lanez by saying, oh, you fragment bitch, you fragment bullet bitch, get up on your good foot, get up on your good foot. But Nicki, I could have swore that you didn't believe that she got shot. So which one is it? Did she get shot or did she not? Which one is it? On top of that, she also gets in contact with Megan's former best friend, Kelsey. She gets on the phone with her. I didn't even bother looking at the clip or the video, the audio, whatever they have going on, because again, that's just another pathetic move. Like, again, if you're gonna keep it between you and Megan, just keep it between both of you. Just go back and forth. Or like everybody has been saying, keep it in the, on the music, like go in the booth, record your diss track, and keep it like that. Why do you have to talk to Kelsey? I saw online that her fan base actually found Meg's mom's gravesite, and they want to go and destroy it in honor of Nicki. And this is not even just for Nicki's fan base. This is just for anybody's fan base or just anybody in general. You should never put somebody on such a pedestal that will make you commit such crimes or make you commit such foolish behavior like this. Like, what are you going to get out of that? Like, and again, I know that Nicki sees this and she doesn't put a stop to this. Like, she knows how her fan base is. And, you know, that's just one of many things that they've been doing online this whole weekend. You know, it's just been a disaster online. So eventually, Nicki puts out a cover art of a pink boot on top of a giant footprint, and it's supposed to be Meg Thee Stallion's foot. And, she's like, okay, my song is going to come out at 3, but it got pushed back because the person that, the creator of the beat of the original song to Bigfoot, that's the name of the song, he works with Meg Thee Stallion. So he was just like, no, I'm not giving you permission to use this beat. I'm Team Megan. So Nicki, she threw a tantrum. She tagged him. They went after him. She eventually released the song. So I'm thinking, okay, she's obviously going to come for blood. She's defending her husband for some reason. Who knows why? But what was that, Nicki? Like, you're so much better lyrically than this. Like, these awkward pauses. She was just throwing random words together like, oh yeah, I need an alcohol bar. Oh wait, that is the bar. I'm like, huh? And then, her persona, Roman, took over in the most disrespectful way, because then she starts talking about, Meg Thee Stallion's mom again, and then she starts saying, you're dead mama, you're dead mama, you're dead mama, get up on your good foot, get up on your good foot, bitch, you're a fragment, bitch. And I'm like, and what makes it worse is that the first, 2 minutes of the song were actual lyrics, if that's what you want to call it. But then towards the end of the song, it became kind of like a Janet Jackson outro. She started whispering, and Janet Jackson is known for her nasty intros, right? Like, I want you to come inside me. I was waiting for Nicki to say something like that, because all of a sudden we start doing ASMR again. And she's like, yeah, this is just a warning. I have many more songs, but if you don't say sorry to me in the next 24 hours, it's payback, Yeah, get up on your good foot. I'm like, Nicki, please. And then, she and her fan base, I think that they know deep down inside that this song was trash, because then they get online, all of a sudden they start making every excuse oh, she's just playing chess, not checkers. And I cannot stand that phrase. I hate that phrase so much. I don't know who came up with it. Who even plays either of those games in 2024? Why not update it and say, oh, Nicki's not playing Twister, she's playing bingo. Or something else, a chess, not checkers. No, she knows what exactly she's doing. It's just the song is terrible. And Nicki, I know you could deliver something better than that. Like, what is that? And then she's like, oh, well, this was just a trolling song. It's just a trolling song. Oh, I can't believe this. This was just for fun. No, you were serious with this. But again, she was saying everything in this song that she was already tweeting and saying all weekend long. So it wasn't too much of a, a big punch or anything. So it's just like, okay, what do you want us to do with this? Next. But meanwhile, we see Meg this weekend, right? She was at a party with Victoria Monet, dipping it low and everything. And, having a good time. Meanwhile, what is Nicki doing? Spiraling out of control and putting out this flop song. But, I'm not sure. I hope that Megan doesn't respond at all. I hope she just leaves it in the void and just, leaves Nicki to her imagination or whatever. Because, I don't know. If she does come back, with something, then I hope she goes even harder. She did good with Hiss. I like the song, and she dissed everybody else in the song. And Nicki, if you do respond to Megan, I hope it's much better than Bigfoot, because this was a big mess. And honestly, my conspiracy theory, that I'm thinking of, because she keeps saying, Rock Nation this, Rock Nation that. Oh, you have 3 Grammys, but you can't rap. You can't rap on beat. First of all, Megan can rap. She can rap on beat. She has amazing songs. So the fact that she's saying that, like, stop. But she keeps mentioning Rock Nation, Rock Nation, Rock Nation, Rock Nation, Jay-Z, Beyonce. And I just feel like, and I'm not the only one, because I've seen people say it online, but I feel like Nicki's real issue is with Beyonce. But I don't know why. But I personally don't think that, Nicki could address all these female rappers. I don't think that she'll ever address Beyonce. If she ever even thinks about tagging Beyonce or saying anything about Beyonce, I mean, could you imagine? I mean, whew. We shall see how this whole thing plays out. And Nicki, in your own words that you said in an interview from like 10 years ago, you are coming off as a sore loser instead of the queen. And that's real unfortunate. So let me know what you all thought about this whole entire subject. What you think about this whole going back and forth between both of them. Let me know down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Mwah.